Yo, what's good everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be breaking down the Nhl Dfs slate for Tuesday, April 4th. And we got ourselves an 11-game slate here tonight where I'm going to go through a couple of my favorite line stacks, some of my favorite individual plays, and some of my favorite value plays. And then we'll wrap up today's video talking a little prize picks. With that being said, let's dive into my spreadsheet here. And we're going to kick things off here like we always do in the top left-hand corner with those highest implied game totals. Got two of these games coming in with an implied total of 7 goals, 6 games coming in at 6.5, and then the last 3 games there all coming in at 6 goals even. And then take a look down here at the Vegas odds where you can see each team who's favored to win tonight. And then here's a schedule update for this week. Video here today, tomorrow, and Thursday, but again, nothing for Friday as it is Good Friday and there are 0 NHL games scheduled. With that being said, let's dive into a couple of line stacks that I like here for tonight, starting with that first line for the Florida Panthers. Now, honestly, I'm okay rostering any one of the top 2 lines for Florida here tonight, sitting in a good home matchup against the Buffalo Sabres, but I tend to lean towards this first line of Barkov, Verhaeghe, and Duclair compared to the second line of Lundell, Tkachuk, and Eetu Luostarinen. It is significantly cheaper, however, to roster that second line if you do want to go that route. Like I said, either way, good matchup at home here tonight against the Buffalo Sabres, a team that's allowed 3.64 goals per game this season, the 7th most in the NHL, with the 5th worst penalty kill hitting at just a 73% rate. And look, Florida's playing desperate hockey right now, trying to make a playoff spot. They're just 1 point out right now behind the Penguins and Islanders in those wild card spots. And then another team that's in a must-win situation at home here tonight is the Calgary Flames playing the Chicago Blackhawks, and I like their first line of Lindholm, Mangiapane, and Toffoli. Not only is it very affordable to roster, but it's very well correlated too with all 3 of these guys currently playing up on the #1 power play. Like I said, this is a must-win game against the Chicago Blackhawks, who have now lost 8 straight games, going for that Connor Bedard ticket. During that 8-game losing streak, they've allowed 4.63 goals per game, with a penalty kill that's hit at just a 74% rate. This should be a game that Calgary takes control of from start to finish. Like I said, I love the correlation that we get here with this first line, and I love how affordable it is too. Now folks, before we dive into some of my favorite individual plays here, if you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, I would greatly appreciate that. Don't forget, I am running that Discord channel too, and if you want to join that, there's a link to do so in the description below. We got a great group of people in there talking hockey, talking MLB, maybe talk a little Masters here this week, and for sure we'll be talking prize picks. Alright, now diving into some of my favorite individual plays here, we're going to kick it off with the forwards. Now, there's a lot of elite talent at the forward position on this 11-game slate here tonight. We got McDavid, McKinnon, Draisaitl, but I kind of like Austin Matthews here in a great home matchup against the Columbus Blue Jackets, who have been abysmal defensively as of late. Goaltending's been a huge issue. In their last 5 games, they've allowed 5.20 goals per game, with a penalty kill that's hit at just a 73.5% rate. Honestly, we could target any of the forwards in the top 6 here for Toronto tonight, anyone on that #1 power play, but Matthews has played well here as of late with 6 goals, 6 assists, 12 points, and I really like the way he's shooting the puck, averaging around 5 shots on net per game over his last 10, albeit he did have an outlier game there with 15 shots on net against the Carolina Hurricanes, but this is definitely one of those games where he could find the back of the net multiple times. I then got Mikko Rantanen there of the Colorado Avalanche, who's also sitting in a great matchup tonight against the San Jose Sharks, a team the Avalanche dominated no more than a month ago, beating them 6-0 at home, and Mikko's just played well all year long. That hasn't changed as of late, where you can see he's racked up 6 goals, 8 assists, 14 points in his last 10 games, 5 of those points coming on the power play, while averaging around 4 shots on net per game. It's one of those situations, again, I don't mind rostering any of the forwards in the top 6 or on that #1 power play for Colorado. I then got Nico Hischier there of the New Jersey Devils, who's played some really solid hockey here as of late, but what really stuck out to me about him was how well he's played against the Pittsburgh Penguins this year. In 3 games, he's racked up 3 goals, 3 assists, 6 points, 11 shots on net, averaging 27 DraftKings points per game. Needless to say, he has dominated the Penguins, and the Penguins are a tough team to read. For those of you who know me, I pretty much watch every Penguins game. One night they look like a playoff team, the next night they look like a team that shouldn't even sniff the playoffs. It really comes down to their goaltending. But like I said, Nico's playing well right now, hard to ignore that, hard to ignore his numbers against Pittsburgh. You can see in his last 10 here, 3 goals, 9 assists, 12 points, while averaging around 3.5 shots on net per game. Now, with this next play here in Jared McCann. I want to mention that I'm not in love that he has to play on back-to-back nights. Seattle Kraken dominated the Arizona Coyotes last night at home 8-1, where McCann had a great game. 2 goals, 7 shots on net, hitting 34 DraftKings points. He's just 3 goals away from hitting the 40-goal mark, so you can bet he's going to try and get here with just a handful of games left in the regular season. And they are playing the Vancouver Canucks, which is just 2.5 hours north of Seattle, so I'm not overly concerned about the back-to-backs. McCann's played really solid here as of late with 4 goals, 6 assists, 10 points, and I really like the way he's been shooting the puck as well. And then to wrap up the forwards here, I got 2 guys in the 4K range. First being Morgan Frost to the Philadelphia Flyers, who's really starting to find his game here as of late, and I love the chemistry I saw between him and Travis Konechny last game, albeit they just got paired together in the third period against the Pittsburgh Penguins. They looked great together on the ice, and they also play up on the number 1 power play together. Look at Frost's numbers here as of late. 6 goals, 6 assists, 12 points in his past 10 games. Not bad at all for a guy priced at $4,200. I then got Alex Iafallo there of the Los Angeles Kings, who's currently playing on the third line, but up on the number 1 power play, and has put up some really good points here as of late. 5 goals, 3 assists, 8 points in his past 10. Really like to see 4 power play goals as well, especially with him on that number 1 power play. And I like the way he's been shooting the puck, averaging around 3 shots on net per game. Again, really solid numbers here for a guy priced at $4,000. Now, moving over here to the defensemen, I'm not afraid to pay up for defense here tonight. A lot of elite talent at this position. I'd pay up for Makar, Montour, and Rasmus Anderson as well. But I wanted to highlight Dougie Hamilton here because just like Nico Hischier of the New Jersey Devils, he's dominated the Penguins this year with 3 goals, 2 assists, 12 shots on net in 3 games against the Pens, averaging 21 DraftKings points per game. You could do a little mini stack with him and Nico, really target anyone on that number 1 power play, but again, wanted to highlight those numbers against the Penguins. And then Aaron Ekblad there, you could stack him up with any of the forwards on the number 1 power play in a great home matchup against the Buffalo Sabres, who have again had the 5th worst penalty kill this year, just hitting at a 73% rate. Now with these next 2 plays here in the 4K range, in Devontae and Mackenzie Weegar, these guys do get time on the power play, but it's usually on the number 2 power play. However, these are guys who are going to log 22 plus minutes here tonight, get time on the penalty kill, and very well-rounded defensemen who can rack up DraftKings points in a number of different ways. We've really seen that here as of late from Mackenzie Weegar, who's playing really solid hockey right now. And then I got a handful of honorable mentions there as well. Some really nice value in the 2 to 4K range here tonight at this position. And then I got a couple of goaltenders there for you, kind of a higher priced and mid-priced option. I also liked Alexander Georgiev. I actually had him on the spreadsheet originally for the Colorado Avalanche, again in a good matchup against the San Jose Sharks. But then I went back to Samsonov's numbers here for the Toronto Maple Leafs at home, where he's been lights out all year with an 18-3-3 record, goals allowed average of 2.02, and a save percentage of .926. It's a game that they should definitely win against the Columbus Blue Jackets. And then Jonas Korpisalo there of the Los Angeles Kings definitely looks like a scary matchup against the Edmonton Oilers, who can obviously score a lot of goals. But Corpy's been very good here since being traded to LA. He's gone 5-2-1 in 8 games with a goals allowed average of 1.75 and a save percentage of .937. And as always, going to wrap up the spreadsheet here with 3 low-priced options or sub-4K forward plays. Honestly, not really in love with the sub-4K forward plays here tonight. I think there's a lot more value in the 4 to 6K range. But as always, going to highlight 3 guys. First is Cody Glass. I talked about him yesterday. Plays up on the first line in number 1 power play for the Nashville Predators. Playing solid here as of late with 3 goals, 1 assist, 4 points in his past 5 games, where he's added 14 shots on net. He's also hit double-digit DraftKings points in 6 of his last 11. Next is Calle Jarnkrok of the Toronto Maple Leafs, currently playing up on the first line in number 2 power play. He's got 4 goals, 3 assists, 7 points in his past 10 games, and this is a great opportunity play playing with Matthews and Marner. And then JJ Peterka of the Buffalo Sabres, talked about him a little bit here as of late too, playing on that second line in number 2 power play. He's racked up 3 goals, 5 assists, 8 points in his past 10 games, where he's hit 10 plus DraftKings points or double-digit DraftKings points in 6 of those 10 games. And then to wrap up this video here, want to talk a little prize picks with you guys. Now for starters, if you have not signed up for prize picks yet, Tuesdays are notoriously the best days to sign up. Prize picks is going to have some discounted picks picks throughout the day. They call them the Taco Tuesday picks, and you can mix and match those with any sport. If you're going to sign up, make sure you take advantage of my promo code GRIFF. GRIFF. If you use that, Prizepicks will give you all the way up to a $100 match deposit, and you don't have to put in $100 either. If you want to put in $50, they'll match $50. You want to put in $20, they will match that $20. Again, they'll match anything up to $100 as long as you use my promo code GRIFF. GRIFF upon signing up. Now, for those of you who have signed up, you guys know the plan of attack. Wait for all these picks to come out, do my research, and then let you know my final picks in a comment below on this video. I'll be sure to pin that comment as well. But again, I post all of my picks in my Discord channel. We have people who put in their own picks there. It's a great conversation in general. If you want to join that Discord, there's a link to do so in the description below. Alright everyone, that's going to wrap up this video here for today. As always, thank y'all for taking the time out of your day to watch the content here on this channel. If you could like this video and subscribe to the channel, I would greatly appreciate that. Let's have ourselves a great day here, folks. Let's win some money on this 11-game slate. In the meantime, I'm out of here.